Hello my darlings, welcome to or welcome back to Marion K Tarot. Now, I am popping up just now as, let's just say this is a what? A holiday special? I don't know. Depending on how long you have been around in this channel subscribing, you may have only ever seen me doing readings, tarot readings, okay? And that is what I do. But if you have been here for a long time, you will remember that I used to create content that was just me talking about random tarot stuff, etc. And what I thought I would do as a little, I was scrolling in YouTube and I came across a couple of videos of how like different small businesses in that are businesses the reset for the new year coming in, and I thought maybe I could do something like that, kind of like the content that I used to create, and just see what pops up. Okay, so what I thought I would do is I would share with you my no, it's not even really a ritual, but let's call it New Year rituals, right? When with regards to, I don't like New Year's resolutions. First of all, okay, I don't like to put that pressure in myself, and I think they're just doomed to fail anyway. Unless you're one of these amazing people who don't don't fail at their New Year's resolutions, well done you. I'm very good at setting a target and setting a goal and achieving that goal. Okay, I don't like to do it when everybody else tells me to do it. It's the kind of rebellious spirit of me. I've got Uranus in my first house in Sagittarius, and it's almost conjunct my ascendant, so I am naturally internally a rebellious person. In case you didn't realise that. So, what is this video going to be about? Basically, it's just going to be me sitting chatting and imagining that I'm chatting to yous and just going through 2025, because it's been a time, it's been a year. I mean, every year since 2020, I think, or 20 for me 2018, and you know what, I'll maybe do a separate video on that, like have like kind of talking about that scene in Mean Girls. Have you been personally victimised by Regina George? I'll maybe do a video of, have you been personally victimised by Uranus and Taurus? Are you a Taurus and has been personally victimised? That might be fun. I'll think about it. There's not going to be any editing in this, right? In case you don't know, I do not edit because I don't know how to. And I can't be arse learning because I've got so much other stuff to learn. Okay, and I will get to that as well. So I've got a wee list that you can't even see written on it, which is good because I can see it. I will get my lighting sorted, and I am going to get a new microphone to make my sound quality better. That has been under advisement from someone. So let's see, let's think about this, right? Okay, so first thing I've got here is tarot setup and 2025 roundup. Okay, so when it comes to planners, diaries, calendars, things that keep me organised, I struggle, and I did struggle to have any form of meaningful practice. And it was like, it was something. Being a Taurus, I like order. Please excuse the chaos beside me. But I like order, I like routine. Routine saves me. Routine is my safe place. But again, with Uranus crashing into Taurus, it's been really difficult to find a semblance of a routine. However, there is two things in my daily practice that literally save me constantly. And the first one is, like, people will be like, oh Marion, how do you journal your tarot? How do you tarot journal? And I think, see, because tarot is my work as well as something that I'm deeply passionate about, it was really difficult to journal with any, and I'm not really a huge journaler, right? Don't tell anybody, but I'm really no, you know, it's like I am in awe of those people who can, you know, take a tarot card and write like pages and pages all about that card, and I think that's a phenomenal gift. Me, not so much. No, a thing that I'm really, you know, I probably could if I applied myself, but again, Sagittarius ascendant, just thinking the Knight of Wands, I'm too impatient, right? So the two things that save me is the Magic Eye astrological planner. Okay, now I know what you're thinking, Marion. How does that save you? Because you're basically, you know, how does it save you? Because you're talking about tarot and this is astrological. So for me, the two things are very much separate but very much married together. And this planner, I mean, I love it. You know, I've had it like I think this is like, we get into my 6th, 7th year maybe. Something, I think it was 2020 was the first time I got it. Or was it 21? Something like that, right? So anyway, right, so every year I get this. And it's amazing. And so what I do is for my daily, weekly, and it's got like a, you know, things that it's got a wee bit of an ephemeris at the back first of all, which is great to check your, you know, your transits. In case you don't know, this is an ephemeris, right? So it's got all the dates, planets and everything, and the times that they move into different signs, different positions, okay? Yes, you can get all that information online, but I like to see it in front of me and, you know, in print. So what do I do? What I do is I choose a deck every week on a Sunday evening. And right, and a Monday morning usually, right? So Monday morning I will choose a deck to work with for that week for myself, and what it's got a weekly intention, and I just sit and look at the words weekly intention and whatever comes to mind. Right, now I've got this opened in the week beginning the 24th of February, right, 2025, and my weekly intention was shine like a star. Okay, now maybe that's because we were leaving Aquarius season, we were in Aquarius season. So what I do is I pull a card every day. Right, I'm trying to show you this, but no show you. So I pull a card every day before I start my work. Okay, so I'll come in here, I'll have a cup of tea, and I will shuffle the deck, pull a card, and that'll be my card of the day. And all I do is there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lines for each day of the week. Apart from the weekend, it's split. And I will write the card, and I will write the astrological correspondence. So for instance, here I get the 10 of Wands. I pulled that a lot this year. 10 of Wands, which is Saturn and Sagittarius. Okay, and then I will write the decking correspondence at one side, and I will write the card on the other side, and then I will write a couple of lines. Okay, so is there any here that I can share with you, because I used the Lumina Tarot, okay, and let's see, okay, right, here's one, right, so on the 27th of February this year, I pulled the Wheel of Fortune, so the astrological correspondence is Jupiter. And it was just, you know, I just kind of channeled, you know, whatever comes into mind. I was like, am I feeling lucky? Question mark. I would feel so. I would say so. The sun is shining at the moment and it feels so nice here in my office. There is a feeling of potential in the air. So, and then next day I pulled the 10 of Wands, so you know. But then what it has is it is get full moon intentions, new moon intentions, it's get intentions for the year, it's get goals for each month, you know, and it's get like astrological information, but it's nice bite-sized chunks, and plus it's beautiful, and it's got a wee pocket at the back, because who doesn't love a pocket in the back of a journal? And also one of my dearest friends, Anthony Perotta, AP Astrology on Instagram, and he's on YouTube as well, so go and give him a subscribe please, he's wonderful. It just gives me bite-sized chunks, and he is part of the team over at Magic of Eye. So yeah, and every year they come up with like colours, different colours, and you can get the black or white or, you know, the original colours. And that's like my tarot practice. That's my daily tarot practice. Then what I have is for work stuff. What I say work stuff is like day-to-day, like appointments or like Zoom calls, training. Yes, I have got a digital thing to keep me organised with my appointments and Zoom calls and that, but I like to have a physical diary, and this is a curation planner, and it's in Australia. It's weird how both my planners are Australian companies. Weird, but anyway, this is a curation planner, and I have been using this since 2022. I think 22. I think it's 2022, and it was my amazing friend Rachel, who created the Wandering Moon Tarot that I wrote the guidebook for. Okay, and we love Rachel, and Rachel, I know you still watch my videos. Love you, babes. Speak to you soon. And you know, and it's like this lovely, like, kind of a ritual, if you like, Rachel and I have done. And every year Rachel gifts me one of these curation planners, and this year it was a really chunky one, and it's purple, and it just so happens that sometimes they really complement each other because I love the two colours together. Other years it's like they're exactly the same colour, or they're in the same shade, they're the same shade family. But anyway, right, talking about this, it is such a comprehensive planner. It is it's get like things like, oh excuse me, so you've got your habit tracker, you've got self-care, you've got your top priorities, you've got your to-do list, you've got a notes section, you've got your gratitude reflection, and I absolutely adore it. So what I'll do is, it's like I'll put like a wee sticker. I'm trying to find a page again, like where I can show you without actually showing any like information to people. So like I've got, for instance, if I've got any like meetings, I will put them in there. If I've got like personal appointments, I'll put them in as well. If I've got lives to attend, I'll put them in here. So yeah, so it's like, right, okay, so we'll just do that quickly, right? So we'll flash it up, right? So I've got all of that. Let me see, there's nothing there anyway. So it's really great because I can put everything on it, and I will be using a curation planner. I'll be using a week to view this coming year, which is the one that we had always used previously. This was the first year we done the day to view one, and whilst it's great, it's nice to have a week to view as well. But it's got loads of stuff. It's got organisation things, it's got bucket list things, it's got wee places to journal, and that's what I use day to day. So that's really my planners. That's a planner, like day to day side of things. Right, what do I do for the turn of the year? So what I do is I have got this journal, and it's the Dreamer's Story. It's the Dreamer's Story, and it's, oh, what was the deck again? Right, you know the deck. I've got the deck somewhere over there. But every year what I do is I pull this. I started this in January 2024, and really I had the best intentions of writing everything and doing loads of different like spreads and, you know, writing my thoughts and everything. It didn't work out like that. But what I do is, on the 1st of January every year, I pull 12 tarot cards. And what I do is, I then record them like this. That's it. I just record them like this. And that's my year. Okay, so it's a card representing every month of the year. And that is the overall view of how my year is going to go potentially. And then what I do is, you might have noticed this, right? So usually when the tree is there, I have got one of the giant Rider-Waite Smith cards showing, and every so often it'll change because like when the different month changes, and that's what that is. So every month I get back to this spread of these cards, and I pull that card from my giant Rider-Waite deck and I display it. So I am sitting in that energy that I have pulled from the new year throughout the year. You know, so it's a bit like carrying the energy, the new year energy all the way through. And I look at it and I have a look, and then it's like I will spend some time like maybe the last day of the year, or before I do it for the new year coming in on the 1st of January, I'll look at it and I'll kind of look back and I'll be like, yeah, that was a year for that to happen, and that was a year that this happened and that happened, and it was, and it's like some of the years, when you get the kind of dodgy cards, you're like, oh no, and it was like July, I get the 7 of Swords, and I was like, oh no, I've got so many plans in July, and it turned out to be very apt, but not in the way I initially thought it would be, so it's good to look back that way and, reassess things. So that's what I do. That is the grand extent of my tarot journaling practice. Okay, it's no fancy, right? It's like I'm a lazy witch, it's like, aye, that is what I do. So what I wanted to go on and talk about was the plans that I have got for 2026 that I can discuss, or just just having a wee kind of a moment to document the achievements and the challenges of 2025. And one of the biggest achievements by far is the Kickstarter, the Grief Journey Oracle, getting that out into the world, working with Terry. Me and Terry working with arses off, like really working with arses off, and then seeing the culmination of that, and it being birthed out into the world, it's meant so much, and I know I go on a lot about it, but it is, I'm just, both of us were just so full of gratitude, for so many people just embracing the deck, embracing the concept of the deck, and recognising it for what, with the intentionality that it's been created for, realising that it's been, I don't want to sound like grandiose, but it has been a work of devotion. It's like when I say, we put our heart and our soul into it, we truly did. So yeah, so it's like, it's just one of these things that it's like, it's a kind of pinch me moment, and it's like, again, talking about that transit, Uranus going through Taurus. If somebody had said to me, I was watching like an astrologer that I like to watch, and they were like, think about yourself in May 2018, which was the first time that Uranus touched anything to do with Taurus, and it was round about my birthday, so it was round about May. I nearly gave you my birthday there. So it was May 2018, and at that moment in time, life was just like, it was very much, kind of, it was a wee bit unsettled, but pretty much things were kind of, I was finding stability, and then that weekend happened, and it was just like, wow, okay, so this is crazy. And life just, total tower moments, tower moment after tower moment after tower moment, and it's one of the, if you know, you know. But would I change it? Not necessarily, but I think I would maybe change the ferocity slightly. I don't think anybody needed to have that particular level of ferocity, but sometimes it's a fixed sign you need that. So, and then I think to myself, like if somebody said to me in that moment, listen, this is what's going to happen, and in 7-8 years time, this is what your life is going to look like, and I would have been like, right. And but it's happened, and it's been so challenging. There's been so many challenging things. There's been so many moments where I've just thought, really? It's been like towers wrapped up with 10 of wands, wrapped up with 7 of swords, wrapped up with 4 of swords, like, and I am just so grateful. I'm grateful for the hard things, because I was saying to somebody yesterday, in fact, I was like, you know what? Growth doesn't happen in happiness. Growth happens through pain. Growth happens through hardship. Because when things are good, we're too busy enjoying ourselves. We're too busy enjoying ourselves to learn any lessons. It's like, don't need to learn any lessons. I'm too busy having a great time. But then it's like, you learn, it's like, say for instance, you're at a party or a club or whatever, and you're drinking away and you're dancing away, and then you're having such a great time, but then next day you have a hangover if you've been drinking alcohol. You're like, oh, and that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. But it's like, yeah, would I say that I have got a little bit of Stockholm syndrome with Uranus? I think I have. It's like, I think it's like either Stockholm syndrome or PTSD. I don't know. Maybe I'll need to gather some Tauruses round about and we'll have a chat about it. I don't know. But yeah, so just so much gratitude. Conferences, like StarCon we back in January, Tabby in July, UK Tarot Conference in October. Always amazing experiences, always incredible to meet up with like tarot family. StarCon, it's always epic. I'm so sad that it's not happening in person in 26, but things are the way they are. But getting to finally meet Lisa Papez in person, that was just incredible. And then Danny and Don Michelle, it was just so wonderful, and absolutely loved just spending time with people that I really enjoy, people who make life worth living sometimes. Like, there is so many people who are so important to me in my life, and these people I generally live far, far away from, and we only get together certain times, and I just love it. It's so amazing, and that's what I say to people, if you can make it to some kind of tarot gathering, divination conference, whether it's astrology conference, tarot conference, do it. It's such an incredible experience, even if you'll never do it once. Set that intention. Maybe it's like, and this wasn't a planned segue, but come to Glasgow. I'm having a rebellion. It's like I'm having a divination conference 25th and 26th of April. We're having it in Glasgow. I've released the speakers' names. Check out my Instagram at Marion K Tarot to see the speakers. We've got it online as well. That's one of the things that's going to be taking up most of my time at the beginning of 2026. Because I am doing this, and I did not mean to. It was an accident. Why is it things that I do are just always accidents? I don't know. But anyway, so we are. When I say we, I mean me. There is no team. It's me, myself, and I, my multiple personalities. Anyway, I am going off on a tangent. So with regards to travelling, there is no set plans this year for 2026, but my Sagittarius ascendant simply cannot sit at peace, and I really need to feel that adventure, you know, going somewhere with my suitcase trailing behind me. So watch this space. There may be adventures afoot. Other things that is happening in 2026. Oh my goodness. Right, so something for the channel, right? What I am going to do is I got this amazing little jar, right? Can you see it? Okay, there we go. It is called The Reader, and it is by an amazing business here in the UK, and it's female business called Lunar Cult Design. I had to look behind me because just so I got it right, because I get like she did this collection, and it's like she's like a bookish shop, and she did this release where it was like I kind of take on book stuff and like fantasy books and also tarot cards. Okay, so basically I bought something for the whole, like I bought the whole collection because you know my Taurus can't help myself. And one of the things that she created was this TBR jar, right? So the idea is like your TBR, to be read, if you're a bookish person. She did that. So the idea is it's like you write down all your TBR on wee bits of paper, fold them up, put them in here, and once you finish a book, you go and you pick for here, right, so that you get through your books. And I thought, well, how am I going to do this for tarot? So I was like, to be read, but as in tarot decks. So what I'm going to do is, for the weekly readings, I am going to choose 52 decks, one for each week, one for each weekly video, and I'm going to put them in here, and then I'm going to choose one. I don't know if I'll do it on camera or off camera, I don't know. And I maybe do it at the end of the video for the next week, possibly. I don't know. Leave that one. It's a work in progress, okay? So, but anyway, but that is how I'm going to use this. And what I will do is I will link the shops below, like the websites below, to the things that I've spoken about, so that if there's anything you see that you maybe want to add or put to your practice, you know, you can do so. So going back to what's important with 2026, so what I'm going to do is in this mug, this is from another small business, Nicola Ellen. I love Nicola so much. She is one of the most amazing people. She does like bookish merch as well, and she's got these grips, like they're technically called Kindle grips, but I use it on my phone, and I love it. It's like a pop socket, so I love that. I collect these. It's nuts. No mobile phones, pop sockets, or the grips, whatever you call them. So I showed you what I had done in 2025. So what have I got for 2026? Okay, so time we've gone. We're already at half an hour. See if you're still here. Congratulations. So what have I got? I have got my Curation 2026. I've got my Magic of Eye. It's sweet. Pomegranate. All very High Priestessy. And I have got the cutest desk diary. Calendar, sorry. The cutest one ever, right? I follow this YouTube channel, and it's called Dalscone Farm. And it's a farm here in Scotland. And they're viral. And it's an animal farm. And this year they created a goats and hats, right, calendar, desk calendar, and it's just the most adorable thing. These wee pygmy goats and hats, amazing, right? So that is going to be my desk calendar, and also my lunar calendar, well, my Celestials calendar is going to be in my kitchen, and it is gorgeous, and it's by a wonderful Scottish artist called Laura J. Cock, and I will link her stuff below, and it's like she's got all the moon phases, and she's got the signs, and look, this incredible artwork. Absolutely stunning. So that's going to be my stuff, keeping me right, and letting me know what day it is, etc, etc. Whoops. And then, when I do feel the need to journal about things, I need a guided journal. I have got the beautiful tarot journal from Studio Artemy. It's absolutely stunning. It is a fucking brick. So it is, right? It is huge. And it is guided. And it's wonderful. Right? I am sure there are walkthroughs online on YouTube here that do it much better justice, but it is beautiful. And I love it. It's amazing. And Maria is so incredible. Her latest Kickstarter will be getting delivered in 2026. She's wonderful. You know, I sing Maria's praises constantly because she is an absolute sweetheart and darling. And let me see, is there anything else I've got to talk about? Yeah, so last year in November, well this year, I keep saying last year, it's because, whatever, it's this liminal space. I held my very first online meditation class, and it was a huge success, much to my surprise, which, you know, learn to take a compliment, Marion. So they're going to be more of a permanent thing. I'm going to be having online meditations. It's through Zoom. You just turn up and you settle yourself down, and the format is still very loose. I pick a topic that we meditate on. The last time was manifestation, so that's a nice easy one. Well, an easy one. And then afterwards I pulled a tarot card for everybody because there was a nice small number. Now there is going to be a cap on the amount of people who attend, simply because it's, you know, it's meant to be an intimate experience. And it was beautiful. You know, we created this lovely energy. It was really, really nice, and I was really proud of myself for doing that, because I used to do like in-person meditation stuff. I hold meditation classes way back in the day, long time ago. And I think this year as well, there's been a kind of a period of remembering what I liked, remembering what I enjoyed, and updating it, if you like, or bringing it back to life, sort of a. So yeah, so I've really enjoyed doing that. So there is going to be more things like that. Obviously, as I say, I've got the Oracle's Rebellion. I am going to do a separate video on the Oracle's Rebellion and just explain exactly what it is. But essentially it's a 2-day conference in Glasgow, where you can buy tickets online. You can buy an online ticket, and you can buy an in-person ticket and come to Glasgow. Come to the great city of Glasgow and have a jolly good time. So yeah, but I mean the challenges as well. I mean, don't just think it's like it's been plain sailing. You know, there has been some real challenges in 2025. The main one probably being like my mum being very ill. I know I don't talk about personal stuff very often, you know, but that was, you know, it was like a real scare. You know, it wasn't just like oh, it's a wee bit of something, and you know, it's like a couple of days. You know, it was like a 6-week period where she was in hospital. Came very close to no being here, and that was a real challenge. You know, trying to hold everything together and being able to accept help for people. So yeah, so there has been challenges. There's been challenges with the Kickstarter as well. You know, the tariff situation. You know, that certainly caused some extra grey hair for me. But we navigated it. You know, it's like, again, the royal we. It it was navigated, and I think we did we did an alright job. I am delighted to say that my mum is her usual, Scorpio sun, Leo moon, Leo ascendant, stubborn self, and we had an incredible holiday, and it was just so full of gratitude. The fact that she was there, and it's and obviously something you've got to meet Lucy as well. So that was cool, but the overwhelm of just being self-employed and realizing that you are responsible for you. I don't have a boss. I don't have a boss to say, oh, I really need a couple of days off. I need to be that person for myself. So 2026 is going to have a lot more self-care in it, and intentional self-care, and actually taking time off. I have been doing that over the holiday period, over Christmas, New Year, Yule, etc., because it's really important just to have that reset. I jumped on here today to do this video because I just felt the need to do it, and it's not because I had to do it, it's because I wanted to do it. So I'm trying to think, is there anything else? Just really have an incredible new year. Whatever you're doing, whether you're setting intentions or you're setting affirmations or whatever you are doing, have a wonderful time. Have the best start to 2026 as you possibly can. Enjoy the energy of the 1 year. It's a 10-1, so it's Wheel of Fortune and Magician. It's universal 1 year. It's a new cycle. In February we will welcome in the Fire Horse year. Remember, we've still got a couple of weeks of the Snake year, so we've got that time to shed the last embers of that does not serve us. Uranus stays in Taurus until April. Incidentally, the week of the rebellion, the week of the Oracle's rebellion. There you go. How's that for full circle? And just whatever you do, whether you're with family, whether you're with chosen family, whether you choose to be on your own, and you come across this video and you think, I'm going to listen to that crazy Scottish lady for 40 minutes of my life. Thank you so much. It is always a pleasure being here with you. I'm not promising that I will do any more of these sort of talking head videos, but I just thought I'd come on and have a wee blether with you all. So Happy New Year. May 2026 be your best year yet. And Lang, may your lum reek.